Hi, it's Becky, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video. As you can probably tell from the title, today I'm talking about being single in your late 20s. This is something I have a little bit of experience with. This is going to be a video about thriving when you are single and a reminder of the things that maybe you might have forgotten of why it is beneficial to be single. Obviously I can only talk about this from my own perspective, but I think it will probably help other people. If you are single and feeling a bit shit about it, this video is for you, because I'm not going to pretend I'd never ever have those moments of feeling shit about being single, but those moments are very, very far and few between. That ultimately is the goal, to be comfortable with being single. So my first tip is to be comfortable with that relationship status. When someone says, you know, you dating anyone at the moment? How's your love life? What's the dating scene like these days? All of those questions that people ask when you're clearly not in a relationship. I found I used to kind of go, no, still single. I would kind of say it a bit meh, which gives the impression, not only to other people, but it gives the impression to yourself that you are feeling meh about being single. Like I said, I can only speak from my own perspective, but I find so often as a woman, it is looked at as a bit of a failure if you aren't in a relationship. And it's only going to change when you change it. Other people are only going to think that it's a good thing that you're single once you start showing that it's a good thing, once you start telling them that it's a good thing. If they're asking you if you're in a relationship and then you reply looking sad and miserable, they're going to think it's sad and miserable. If you reply confident, happy, and be confident and happy about it, that's what you're going to get. When they're like, what's going on with you? Got a boyfriend or anything? No, I'm single, but I'm really enjoying it. If you're telling that to other people, you're telling that to yourself as well, and you're going to get more comfortable with being single. You don't have to download Tinder and Bumble and I don't know what any other ones are called, but you don't have to download all of those apps and search frantically for a partner. It is all right to be on your own. You don't have to be looking for someone. So be comfortable in your relationship status of single. It is just as valid as someone who is married, just as valid as someone who is engaged. You being single is still a valid relationship status. My next point is a pretty obvious one, and it is to work on yourself while you're single. I'm sure we all kind of think about this, and we all think about, I'm single, I can work on myself, I can do this, I can do that. But how much attention do you actually give to it? If you think of your life and you think of all the different things that make up your life, a romantic relationship with someone else isn't that big part of your life. Once you are in a good romantic relationship, of course it becomes a big part of your life because you would share these other things with that person, but that actual aspect doesn't make up that much of your life. You've got your career, you've got finances, you've got your health, you've got your fitness, you've got hobbies, you've got interests, you've got all these other things that make you who you are besides a romantic relationship. So what out of those things do you want to work on? Do you want to get fitter? Do you want to take up a new hobby? What is it that is going to light your fire and make you feel good? Work on that part. If you really think, well, everything else is fine and all I need now is a relationship, if you really think that, have a sit down and assess your life goals. Because if all you need in life is a relationship, then you must have done pretty well in everything else. If all you really need is a relationship. But I can almost guarantee if you're of the mindset of all you need is a relationship and your life is complete, it doesn't matter if that relationship comes along, your life will still not be complete. And with working on yourself, this might sound a bit harsh and I really do not mean it to. It's actually something I thought about for myself the other day. When I'm working on myself, I am doing it for myself, of course, but what I thought about the other day was, what does my perfect partner look like? And I had a mental list of all of these things that my perfect partner would be. And then I thought, who would they date? It's not being harsh to myself at all, but I'm probably not quite at the level of the person that they would want to date. And that doesn't mean if we meet each other we can't grow together. Like if we meet each other and we're not both at that level yet, it doesn't mean we can't grow together. But I should be embodying that person already. I should be being everything that I want to be already, so that I go into a relationship as an equal, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than I deserve, so neither should they, and I should already be at a good stage. So my point is, of course, you should be working on yourself for yourself, but equally by working on yourself, you are going to have a better relationship because you are going to be a more rounded person too. My third point is you don't have to stop doing things, and in my experience, I think you actually get to do more. I know a lot of the time people think that they're missing out on so much stuff because they haven't got a person to go with, they haven't got a significant other to go to these things with. But go by yourself or go with a friend. When I've been single, I've actually done way more than what I would do in a relationship. I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone more because I want to prove to myself I can do things on my own. I've travelled on my own, probably something I wouldn't do if I was in a relationship. I've gone and met friends in different countries. I've gone to the cinema on my own. I've gone out for dinner on my own. I've gone shopping for the day on my own. I've gone for lunch on my own. I'm not saying they're things that you wouldn't do in a relationship, but I'm saying those things don't have to stop just because you're not in a relationship. The day that this goes up, I'm going to be in London with one of my friends, and I'm not saying that's something that I wouldn't be able to do if I was in a relationship, but it's something that I would have had to consider the other person. It's on a Sunday. They might have had the day off. They might have wanted to do stuff together. Sunday's typically the day that you spend with your other half. I would have had to explain to them, I don't want to spend the day with you today. I'm going to go off and do this. All of those things. I don't have to think about that. I can just go and do my own thing. If when I'm saying do things with your friends and you're thinking, well, all my friends have got boyfriends as well, either speak to them and say, look, I'm actually feeling a bit shit and lonely at the moment. And I'm sure if they're good friends, they will then say, oh, we'll spend some time together. I'll leave Jonathan at home and me and you can go out and do something. Or if they don't do that, get yourself some new friends. Join a club, go on Bumble BFF, go on that. Just go and start chatting to people. If you start putting yourself out there, you're going to meet new friends. I think it's actually less effort to put yourself out there to meet friends than it is to put yourself out there to meet a partner. Just meeting new friends isn't spoken about as much as meeting a new partner. My next point is when you are single, your other relationships will get stronger. Most definitely the relationship you have with yourself will get stronger, but also the relationship you have with your mum, with your dad, with your brother, with your sister, with your aunt, your uncle, the relationships that you have with your friends, they will all get stronger. You are going to have more time to work on those other significant relationships in your life. And like I said, when you go to things, you can invite your friends, your family, and it's actually really nice to spend time with those people. The other thing is to stop being scared that you will never find someone. Just stop being scared of that, please. If you are scared that you are running out of time, that you're never going to find someone, that you're going to end up sad and lonely, you are going to settle for less than what you deserve. Because if you are in that place, when you are then dating, you are coming from a place of this needs to work, or if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to start again. And you're coming from a scared place. When you're coming from a place where you're not scared that you're going to end up alone, when you're dating, you're looking at that person and thinking, are they good for me? You're looking at another person like, will they be a good accessory? They're not the whole thing. They're not the whole package, because you're good enough on your own. They are just a little bit of embellishment to your already fantastic life. But when you're coming from a place that is scared that you're not going to find anyone, you are just going to be thinking they'll do. No one wants to end up with someone just because they'll do. As a woman, we always get reminded of our biological clock. I'm not doing this because it doesn't exist. Obviously, we have got a biological clock. But I just have a few things to mention about that. First of all, you can adopt. If that's something that you really want and then maybe you can't do it, you can adopt. You can have IVF treatment to help. You can have a baby without a man. And quite a few women who have a baby with a man actually end up having a baby without a man because he wanders off anyway. My final point on your biological clock is the oldest woman who fell pregnant naturally was 59. So if you are like me and you're in your late 20s, you aren't even halfway to the length of that woman's biological clock. And I know obviously she is probably a rare case, but I'm just saying, please do not panic about the biological clock. And my last point is, don't think that the grass is always greener. I know in this world especially, we see people's relationships through a filtered lens on Instagram, and we see all the, oh my god baby, it's been 5 years and I love you so much and we've done so much together and all of this. You don't see them tearing each other's hair out every other week because one of them didn't put the toilet seat down. Relationships are hard work. A good relationship is hard work. And being alone doesn't need to count to being lonely. There are many, many people that are in relationships that feel way, way more lonely than single people. There is so much more that I could say on this subject, but I'm going to leave it there for today. The final thing I just want to say is, typically being single is a choice. You could be in a relationship. It will probably be a shit relationship, but if you really wanted to be in a relationship, you could find someone to be in a relationship with. Being single is a choice and you're not settling, so just keep reminding yourself of that. But you can completely thrive and be 100% yourself when you are single, and there are so many benefits to being single. I hope you're having a wonderful day whatever you are doing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. That is everything I have to say on the matter.